only 3 cars. They come sit that over here. Take a picture, show your exes what it is. If I was your baby daddy, you'd be up a couple meal. You got a better chance at signing a new Nike deal. We fuck that life for real. Bird come hanging out that window. Bird come hanging out that window. All he seen was steering wheel. Crashing this hill moving. I been since a juvie. Flat screen in the Cybertruck. Hood watching Tubi.
Do it to me cause I can wrong. Rule number 1, keep your eyes open. Rule number 2, stand on business, move like a boss. Walk in sacks, filth, pick it up, I ain't checking how lost. Rule number 3, the beef, let's get eat. Rule number 4, never be butter, just move. Get them riches, you can pick like any money mo. Coach know you better put D-Lo in the game. Let's go.
Up next, the Pelicans taking on the Celtics. For the New Orleans Pelicans, they are clear championship contenders, showing commitment, endurance, and they'll be on the road looking to take another step towards their championship goals tonight. Celtics, Pelicans on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Jaylen Brown.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. We've got Murray, and it's Taylor in at the 2 guard. And for Boston, Junior, he's out there with Derek White. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis, and it's Hauser in at the 3. Well, Grant, we're near the middle point of the year now. At what point do coaches start looking at limiting the minutes of their stars?
You know, each game is really the determining factor for how that plays out. So, when possible, you keep your stars. in there for close games and get them some rest when the outcome isn't in question.
Now here's Brown. He's covered closely. White, the pass to Hauser. The three is up. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Here's Clutch. Ooh, an incredible double clutch dunk.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. Out inside. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Free throw good. Brown. Stan, after his 12-year playing career, Willie Green has made a seamless transition into coaching.
Yeah, first of all, Willie Green is a person of very high character. Second, Brian, he consciously started preparing himself to coach while he was still playing, and then he was able to work on great staffs under great coaches, and now he's an outstanding head coach in his own right.
Here's Magician. Last game we saw him with 32 points. And there it is for him.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Up top, White. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And there's the screen. Lets a floater go. And there's the bucket as Brown finishes it off.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Driving in. And the basket by Taylor.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's White. Releases. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
To the wing, right side. Fires from deep. Taylor's shot is off.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
The bodyguard. Deflected. Here's Magician. Defended by Porzingis. Here's Magician, and he jams it home with authority.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers. Number 1, New Orleans.
And when you turn it over against these guys, they make you pay for it. They lead the league in points off turnovers.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Outside, Brown. Inside. Oh, deflected. Outside, Murray. Here's Clutch. Fires in the triple. Clutch has got 5.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Pass to White. To stop the run. The shot by the bodyguard, no good.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And the Celtics, far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
And the first one at the line is good. And last year, Coach, the Pelicans winning 49 games, their second most ever.
Yeah, Brian, but despite that, they got swept by OKC in the first round, and that just tells you how difficult the West is. New Orleans was the 8th seed. In the East, they get the 3 seed.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Hauser. This one for 3. A rebound by Magician. The Pelicans lead by 9. Here's Taylor. The stats he's putting up, impressive. Averaging around 30.5 points a game. Here's Magician. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside. White finds Porzingis. Hey, it's Porzingis slamming it home.
A legit 7-footer with that kind of athleticism, I guess Porzingis really is a unicorn.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Murray, still without a bucket.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight.
Here's the bodyguard, following the score by New Orleans. Hauser, that's good.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And so Murray will bring it up for New Orleans. 6-point game, coming off that win against the Sixers.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, and for a coach, seeing your schemes clicking like that is very rewarding.
Now here's Porzingis. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. With the teardrop, chalk up 2 there.
What a graceful shot by White, showing he's got that floater in his arsenal.
Here's Clutch. Coming off a 22-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
It wasn't just the scoring. He got others involved, too.
Here's White, trailing by 4. Porzingis passes to Hauser. Good D by Murray.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Taylor passes to the Magician. And he dunks it down.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Here they come, it's Celtics Entertainment.
He's checked in for White. And the Pelicans also making a change. Williamson's checked in. Celtics trail by 6. Brown looking around. Misi grabs the board.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. So it's Boston now. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago. Here's Taylor. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Boston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Hauser. Porzingis up top. The bodyguard. Pass to Hauser. Shot clock at 5. Here's Brown. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
And Stan, he went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
Now here's Brown. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
In total command of the offense. The passing was insane, especially when you consider how many points he put up.
Boston making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Here's Clutch. He's got 5. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Horford outside. Here's the bodyguard. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
The Pelicans lead by 8. Here's Clutch. Pass to Magician. Here's Taylor. Takes the 3. He buries it from 3. Taylor's got 9.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Brown passes to Horford. Back to Brown. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New Orleans.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Hauser.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play, you can answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Yeah, you have to really appreciate Williamson's fire and tenacity on the court. Players like him get everyone to increase their intensity.
Boston making a switch here. Walsh is checked in. That one misses.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
Here's Brown. On target from about 13 feet.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Williamson passes to McCollum. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Drew Holiday.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Well, one of the sharpest players off the floor, C.J. McCollum.
Well, Brian, he also did a great job as president of the Players Union, and he's great on his podcast, too.
I'm sure he'll be doing games with you suited up after his playing career.
Yeah, I just hope he's not taking my job.
Craig is checked in for Boston. And McCollum drops them both.
Well, even though he plays with a scorer's mindset, you can put McCollum in a playmaking role. He gives you options.
Now here's Holiday, averaging around 5 points a game. Pass to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. It's deflected.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Driving to the basket. That one drops for him. Magician's got 10.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Holiday against McCollum. Holiday passes to Brown. Now here's Porzingis. Rebounded by New Orleans. And this is their first time matched up with the Celtics this year. Here's Magician. And so it's New Orleans now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points a key to this lead. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. Boy, guys, the Pelicans have been rolling along.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And so it's New Orleans with it. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. So the Pelicans 5 right now. Moses Moody out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Zion Williamson. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Magician in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Holiday, following the score by New Orleans. It's Brown on the wing. Over Moody. Brown gets the bucket. He has 6.
You know, Brown is just a really good jump shooter. Plus, his J looks good, too.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
Here's Magician. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make and 9 tries so far.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. He's checked in for Boston. And the Pelicans also making a change. Murray's checked in for Moody.
Once again, for Celtics Entertainment.
Porzingis passes to White. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Holiday passes to Brown. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
New Orleans leading by 12. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Murray against White. Pass to Holiday. Now here's Brown. The D's right on him. It's blocked. McCollum with it. Guarded now by Holiday. McCollum's shot is off. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Fires the three. And Drew Holiday hits from deep.
Well, that's Holiday using the threat of the drive to get defenders on their heels, and then he pulls the string.
Pass to Murray. McCollum with it. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Murray on the take, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Porzingis high post. KP wrecks the rim.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attack the rim.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. The Celtics making a switch here. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? Taking a look at Boston. So far, this hasn't been the season they were hoping for, and time is of the essence.
Well, right now for Boston, this year hasn't worked out for them at all. They were being talked about as a title contender in the preseason.
I agree, guys. I thought they'd be a lot better. Sometimes you can have disappointing years like this, though, and they're not a lot of fun to be a part of.
Now here's Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on McCollum. Pass to Porzingis. Now Brown. The fader. The rebound by Magician. Magician's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's McCollum. Here's Magician. Good. Now 7 for 11 on the night.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Now here's Brown. Defense right on it.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Murray scanning the floor. Pass to McCollum. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, that's the thing about McCollum. He can absorb the contact and still complete the play.
Now Brown. 10 points for him. On the wing, Holiday. McCollum defends. Takes a 13-footer. Again, Boston.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
The Pelicans lead by 12. And coach a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will. He is a problem on a nightly basis.
And that one goes out of bounds. The last touch by Murray. Brown, he's checked in for Holiday. The Pelicans making a switch here. And the Celtics in possession here. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Now here's Porzingis. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Taylor. A 12-point game. Here's Clutch. 5 points in the game. There's the steal. Going inside. And the basket by the bodyguard.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Here's Taylor. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Pass to Magician. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, New Orleans no good. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Brown. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Down low. Magician. Pass to Williamson. Here's Clutch. To stop the drought. And it's good on the layup. Clutch has got 7.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
For 3, Porzingis buries it from 3. He's got 7.
This quarter, they're doing some real damage from outside the arc, trying to stay within striking distance here.
To the right side. Here's Taylor. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside, Brown. The rebound by Magician.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. 1:50 left in the second. Outside White. Got a piece of it. He's got a clear path. Here's Magician. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Murray's active hands starting it off. This is a guy who's led the league in steals.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. New Orleans leading by 11. Williamson left side.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Back to Brown. Rebound by Clutch. Clutch has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Pass to Taylor. Over White. Taylor's shot is off. Celtics trail by 13. And here's Brown for 3. The rebound by Murray. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Clutch. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Taylor. Shot clock at 6. Can't get it to fall. Brown with it. White on the wing. From downtown. So we conclude the first half. It's New Orleans. They lead by 13. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the New Orleans Pelicans.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And let's switch it up. Here's a look at some of the possible contenders for this year's dunk contest.
The NBA has a lot of great athletes, but if you look up and down this list, you see some of the most athletic guys in the world at any sport.
Yeah, there's a beauty to just watching these guys fly. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Pelicans lead by 13. They've got Junior, also Derek White out there. And it's the bodyguard in at the four-man position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Taylor's shot is off. Boston shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Pass to Hauser. And DeJounte Murray is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Brown passes to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. Back to Brown. From deep, there's the block. And they recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Magician. Pass to Taylor. Murray finds some space with nobody on him. He buries that jumper. Murray's got 6.
Well, if Murray's knocking those down, that's going to keep defenders honest.
Brown finds Porzingis. Back to Brown. Here's the bodyguard. Checking the numbers. He's averaging close to 15 a game. And rejected. They get it back. 3 on the clock. Here's Brown. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
Clutch passes to the Magician. Here's Clutch. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Clutch's shot is off. Celtics trail by 17. Pass to Hauser. Outside White. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by Boston.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly. He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
For Boston, they've gotten off to a rough start. Now 0 for 5 in the second. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. At the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that have been consistently dominant on the offensive end of the floor over the last month. The Pelicans, second.
Well, their offensive efficiency has been incredible. It's why no one wants to play them right now.
Here's White. Pass to Hauser. Here's the bodyguard.
New Orleans foul, number 55. First personal foul, second team foul.
Right side White. Intercepted.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Misi's shot is good. Misi's got his first points in this one.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Now here's White. Just 5 to shoot. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
To the inside, Misi, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Now here's White. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
That's good from White. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Oh, sweet move. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And, Coach, you look at DeJounte Murray, a 6'5", do-it-all guard.
Well, Brian, he's got the size and quickness to defend either backcourt position. Offensively, he's best with the ball in his hands, but he has developed his spot-up game to help the team. Well, you know, guys, just a bunch of ways Murray contributes on both ends.
And Murray drops them both.
And, man, looking good from the line so far this half.
Boston has gotten nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Outside White. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Hauser. The three is up. The rebound by Murray.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Clutch. 11 points in the game. And Porzingis with the block.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
Here's Brown. Lays it up and banks it in. Brown's got 8 points.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
There's a screen. Pass to Magician. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul, third team foul.
And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for White. And the Pelicans also making a change. Williamson's checked in. Pass to Hauser. Back to Brown. Puts up a deep three. The Pelicans pull it in. Magician's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. And he goes in in for the dunk.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Now here's Brown. Give him 8. Outside, Brown. Porzingis sets a screen from the high post. The rebound by Magician. Magician's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. And the basket by Williamson.
Well, to Zion, a little bit of contact is nothing. I'm not even sure he feels it.
Outside, Brown. Out to the right wing. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Misi's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Magician. Defended by Brown.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And here's Brown for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Brown's got 13.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Pass to Misi. Williamson looking around. Here's Magician. And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Brown. 3-on-3. Porzingis with it. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. 9 points in the game.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Williamson outside. Pass to Magician for 3. Rebound Boston. 1:57 left in the third. The shot by the bodyguard, no good. For New Orleans, they've gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. Here's Clutch. Here's Taylor. Puts up a 3. Hauled in by Brown.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Hauser passes to the bodyguard. Pass to Brown. From deep. Sends it home from 3-point land.
It's been a blowout thus far, but they're trying to get back into the game.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And New Orleans making a change here. And we've got 1:18 left in the third. Holiday against McCollum. Launches a 3. Warford pulls it in. Boston on offense. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Holiday with the ball. McCollum covering. Holiday passes to Brown. There's 49 seconds left in the third. A rebound by Magician. Magician's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. McCollum against Brown. Here's Magician. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Well, he saw the height advantage he had and went right up with it. That's exactly what you want him to do there.
Here's Holiday. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Magician's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Williamson passes to Moody. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Holiday. With 4 on the clock. And the layup is good. Holiday's got 7.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possessions, and defensively, they need stops.
And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Pelicans ahead, opening up a huge gap. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Celtics trail by 21. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Kelly Olynyk, Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's DeJounte Murray, and it's Taylor in at the 1.
Yeah, Holiday understands when to pick his spots on offense, especially when the mid-range opens up like this.
Outside Murray fires the 3. Boston pulls it in.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Here's the bodyguard. Soft touch off the glass.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Taylor. Brown against Olynyk. Murray from outside hits the 3-pointer.
Yeah, sometimes you can live with this, but Murray takes a smooth shot out of the corner.
A difficult situation for Boston. Now here's White. Well, Stan, you've coached some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. We might need to redefine incidental contact.
Clock at 6. Pass to Taylor. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Boston Celtics. On Wednesday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors. Then on Friday, they go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
Outside White, the 15-footer. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Outside Murray. Here's Taylor. Williamson with a screen on Holiday. Taylor. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Brown, no good.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Murray inside. He's guarded by White. Olynyk passes to Murray. Here's Taylor. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Murray. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
Well, with his length, Murray creates a lot of problems for opposing defenses, especially in the paint.
And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
Boston making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. And it's in there.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Pass to Messi. Williamson outside. Here's Taylor. 5 to shoot. Nifty move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Taylor's got 4 points in the quarter.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
White looking it over. Outside Holiday. Back to White. The 3 ball. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Out of bounds, it'll be Celtics ball. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Holiday. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
Here's Clutch. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Ooh, finishes with style. A double clutch jam. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Brown finds Horford. Brown inside, takes a three. Pelicans cleared away. Misi's got 5 rebounds in the game. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Hauser passes to Horford. Lets it go from deep. Not going to go that time.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Boston's got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Now here's White, tightly guarded. Outside, Brown. To stop the drought. And it's good on the lay-in.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
New Orleans has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Launches it. Drills it from deep.
Just a really good three-point shooter. Trey Murphy III. I guess that is why he has the third in his name.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
White, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Hauser. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right side, Brown. Here's Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Magician. Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Murray inside, working on Porzingis. Murray's shot is good.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Brown inside. Picked his pocket. Here's Clutch. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And that one misses. Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
The Celtics have gone just 6 of 14 in this final quarter. 1:51 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. He drops it from range.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Here's Clutch, defended by Brown. Murray against White. Murray, no good. And the Celtics shooting 47% since the fourth quarter started.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Pelicans.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Magician.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
This is what winning is all about, playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Pass to the bodyguard. Back to Brown. Up and over McCollum. Brown can't hit. McCollum with it. Now guarded by Brown. Good work there as it goes.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Outside White. On target from range.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Now here's McCollum. And so New Orleans takes this one by a large margin. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.
Did a good job.